Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Delhi Toastmasters Club. We are in meeting number 342. Toastmasters International was started in the year 1924 by a man named Ralph Medley in California with a mission to empower individuals to become better communicators and leaders. Now, if you come here for the first time, there are certain ground rules that are followed in our Toastmasters meeting, such as not to move around the hall during the course of the meeting, to get your mobile phone switched off or in silent mode so that you don't disturb the speakers, and also we refrain the speakers to refrain themselves from speaking related to topics such as sex, politics and religion. Moving into the course of the meeting, to take us through the role players and to introduce us about what Toastmasters meeting is about, we have our presiding officer. The presiding officer for the day is the president of the Delhi Toastmasters Club. Without much ado, let's put our hands together and welcome the presiding officer Toastmasters.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is the 342nd meeting of Delhi Toastmasters Club. I declare this meeting open. Toastmasters and guests, Toastmasters International is a world leader in communication and leadership development. We have over 330,000 members around the world. Members attend club meetings in one of the clubs, one of the 15,000 plus clubs spread across 135 countries. Why a club meeting is important? Like any society cannot exist without a family, the Toastmasters International cannot exist without a club. Because here, every successful Toastmaster, whether it's a speaker, or communicator, or a leader, he starts his journey by giving a single speech in a club. That is why week after week, month after month, throughout the year, every Toastmaster and every person who aspires to be a better person in his personal and professional life regularly attend and make it a point to attend a club meeting of Toastmasters. That is why we are here. That is why we will be here. I appreciate all of you and welcome you to the 342nd meeting of Delhi Toastmasters. Before getting to the listeners, I would like to introduce some important persons here. I welcome District Finance Manager Toastmaster Satish, our past presidents Toastmaster Varadarajan, Toastmaster Ramalingam, and let's get into the introduction part. Oh, sorry, now Toastmaster Sarathi is also past president. He's a role player, so that is more important than being a past president. So I would like to get our, I'm welcoming our chartered president Toastmaster V.N. Subramanian. I can see some new faces here. I would like to have the introduction from them. Can I have it? He's a Toastmaster?
No.
Okay. Bring him also next time. Welcome to the meeting. And you, yeah, you know.
And Jagannath has been the second time traveling to TCS. I'm going to join to
Oh, great. Welcome.
Hi all, this is Ramakrishna. I came as a guest here. So I'm going to join from this week.
Welcome to the Sabri. Yeah, okay. How did you come to know about? Welcome to the meeting. Yes, your regular guest. Yes. This is for the other the people in the crowd. So, okay. Welcome to the meeting. You sir?
I'm the first time I'm
Yeah.
more about it. I'm a man as well. I know about those masters, so I want to be part of it. Know something.
Welcome to our meeting. Every Toastmaster meeting has a set structure. There is a lot of role players behind the scene to make every meeting a successful meeting. But leading all of them, controlling the meeting, will be done by a Toastmaster. We call him Toastmaster of the day, or TMOD. Today's Toastmaster of the day, or TMOD, is a very special person to all of us. The most pleasing character. He was VPE of an IT company. I forgot the name of the company.
He himself has forgotten.
Company, and now he's a trainer and coach. He has been a mentor and he's continuing to be a mentor and guiding factor for a lot of Toastmasters here. He is a winner in various levels for the club. And we call him the George Clooney of Medley Toastmasters. I would like to welcome Toastmaster George.
So I'm called so many things. I don't know whether it is good or bad. So good afternoon, everyone. Say when I sent the theme to Priyanka, she forwarded it to our VPP Arvind, and he I don't know how many of you saw a poster with a small baby, right? So I was wondering what happened in the communication chain. Suddenly a baby pops up in the poster. So what has the baby to do with the theme? Then I realized that baby is none other than Sunil Jose. Of course, quite some time, 40 years back or so. Arvind somehow got hold of his childhood photograph and put it there. Okay, part of the mystery was solved. Okay, he wanted to please his president, no problem. He put his photo there, and I can very well understand that. But what happened is, what has the baby to do with the theme? That is my worry. Before we really run this session, I want to caution all of you. Don't go and pick up a 6-month-old baby somewhere near your home and say, baby, you have to start thinking from tomorrow. You are not thinking properly. It's not for babies. This theme is for us, grown-ups. So I just want to have a word of caution. I don't know, Arvind, what would be the reason you put it? Leave the babies alone, let them grow. How many of you, honest raise of hands, how many of you at home, with friends or at work, jump in with the ideas and solutions with all the good intent most of the times, rather than enabling others to think? How many of you do that? Good. I'm very happy because there's no plan B. When the speaker asks, at least some hands should go up. I'm honored. So most of us are culprit to that. Mostly it is with the good intent of helping. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But seldom we realize the real potential, or to really get somebody to reach the potential, is to allow them to think. And most of these problems are done by parents and by bosses, the teams, right? Even when friends, when they are in trouble, we jump in and help. And 1 year later, they will be in the same trouble. It could be financial trouble. In 1 year, they have not learned how to handle their own problem. We are all familiar with several of these things. See, in 2002, we acquired a company. In my last firm, we acquired a small business. And then that had a global operation, very important acquisition for us. So as I ran the integration, one of the first realization was brilliant set of people, but they had needed validation for everything. Like, so there was such a nice guy was part of the challenge. In the earnest desire to help them, it made them more dependent on him. which he didn't even realize. The challenge I had was we had a highly empowered individualistic kind of culture in our company. Brilliant set of people, we want to really take care of them, and also we need them. That's why we have acquired that company in those technologies. So the biggest challenge was how are we going to integrate and make them work. It was a lot of learning for me in the 6 months. Finally we did that. But actually I got a formal answer to this problem several years later when I read a classic book called Quiet Leadership by David Roth. So the whole premise of this book is let them think. You can clap, that's the theme of the day. So the whole premise is on let them think. And I was amazed because he really just says enable the people to think and then allow them to find their own solutions and basically get out of the way. More often they will find out with much better solution. Whether it is kids you are dealing with, friends you are dealing with, anybody at home or around you, or work when you are a boss, extremely important to challenge them and allow them to think and solve the problem. You cannot be thinking for others, we will be doing the wrong thing. So friends, if any of us are doing, I saw several hands go up, let us take a moment when the next opportunity comes, let us just take a step back and then realize that we may be actually hurting the person rather than helping them by thinking for them. So let them think. Now, one of the very first suggestion in the book, I'll throw it open, is in the next 1 week, you can note down all the advices you get from anybody. 1 to maybe 10 or 12 you get, and also mark each advice whether it was useful or not. So the ratio of the number of advices you got from somebody, which anyhow in India you get a lot of them, it's not an issue. Unsolicited advice is part of our culture. So what is really useful? You look at the ratio, you know really what is happening to you from all the people around you. In a way, we will be doing the same thing to people around us. It's not to criticize others, it's also mostly we are also doing the same thing. So let us look at some of the ways what we can do about this thing. It's more of a brainstorming, you can say, partly from this book and partly from my experience I would like to share. And it's a very fascinating topic personally for me because I've been a culprit of this jumping in and helping, and then I never realized until I really read this book or some of the experiences I had. So let them think is our theme. The word of the day will be introduced by the grammarian. Now before we have 3 speeches, impromptu session, and for the guests there are 3 main sessions, prepared speeches based on manuals which we have, which you will come to know soon as the speeches start, evaluations, and also impromptu session which is table topics in our paradigm. Apart from that, we are also going to have a feedback session which we conduct once in a term called Moments of Truth. So that will also be part of today's session. So before we hit this core aspect of the meeting, we need to get a very important person on stage, the general evaluator. And the person who is playing general evaluator has been one of my influences in my Toastmasters journey. And I really so, so this is I'm thinking in the meeting, this is my original thought. And I can tell you why. See, he's famous for several reasons. One of them is speaking, which is what I'm going to focus on. So he's an exemplary speaker. Some of you might know, some of the old timers. He's not very regular to the club. So I still remember his CC10 speech, which was a contest speech, just to prove my point, because he doesn't look very. Looks like he doesn't believe my statement when I said earlier. See, in that speech, 1.5 2 years later, also was his contest speech 2 years back. He narrates his passion for football, and in a match he gets injured and falls down. And there's a 1 to 1.5 minute narration when he comes on stage and brings that piece of ground on stage, Sarathi lying down, and then people trying to wake him up. And I'm telling you, I don't know if we have the video, and please watch, because this is classic storytelling. That 1.5 minutes is one of the best pieces I have personally noticed. And the proof is I'm telling after 2 years. I've not even met him maybe once in the last 1 year. So I think Ramalingam and Sara might anyhow, they are laughing. Anyhow, they are laughing. They may not be for the joke. So that 1.5 minutes of narration, I still remember. It was classic storytelling, and sometimes we don't record our own club's speeches or parts of the speeches, and I think we should start documenting them. So welcome on board, welcome on stage, Sarathi Srinivas as general evaluator.
Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mohan. A very good afternoon to all of you. Take it louder. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Fantastic. It's interesting to see that the introductions have also adopted the sandwich technique in Toastmasters. Very well done, Toastmaster Mohan, and I can tell my wife probably that I shook hands with George Clooney today. Okay. And without giving too much gyan about general evaluation and the evaluation segment, most of you would know it's the segment of Toastmasters which is commonly referred to as the backbone or the spine of Toastmasters. And the reason is every meeting a lot of us come and give speeches, give impromptu speeches, prepared speeches. But where's the take home unless you have someone or a group of people giving you feedback? Not just any old feedback, well done or pat on the back, but constructive feedback that you can, as the theme says, think about or leaves you thinking about and having some action upon. And that's the whole idea of the evaluations in Toastmasters meeting. It's not just me, in fact I'll be in the background, but to assist me I have a team of evaluators who will be evaluating prepared speeches and also a team known as the TAG team. Can anyone tell me what TAG stands for? TAG. Timer, Accounter, Grammarian, otherwise known as Terror, Annoyer and Cruel. That was a joke by the way. Okay, without further ado, I'll introduce each of these roles, each of these role players and ask them to introduce their roles. First off is the timer, played by Toastmaster Kanmini. She's working in a private concern in Adyar, been working for the last 2 years and has 2 kids. This is her second time playing the timer role. Please give a warm applause to Toastmaster Kanmini.
Good evening, Toastmaster. I'm Kanmani. Today I'm playing the role of timer. As a timer, I'll be keeping a track of the time. Generally, the time allocated for prepared speeches is 5 to 7 minutes and is specified by the respective speech evaluators. When the project speech is made after 5 minutes, I'll be switching on the green light. After 6 minutes, I'll be switching on the amber light. Finally, after 7 minutes, I'll be switching on the red light. For the table topics, the allotted time is 1 to 2 minutes. When the table topic speech is made after 1 minute, I'll be switching on the green light. After 1.5 minutes, I'll be switching on the amber light. Finally, after 2 minutes, I'll be switching on the red light. For evaluators, the allotted time is 2 to 3 minutes. When the speech evaluation is made, after 2 minutes, I'll be switching on the green light. After 2.5 minutes, I'll be switching on the amber light. Finally, after 3 minutes, I'll be switching on the red light. For both the prepared speeches and table topic speech and evaluations, 30 seconds grace time is allowed. Anyone speaking 30 seconds less than the minimum prescribed time limit and more than the maximum time limit will be disqualified. When the GE calls for my report, I'll be submitted the timer report.
Thank you. So that's the timer. Up next we have the R-counter. And the R-counter role today is played by Toastmaster Manish. In fact, we're meeting together for the first time and we have conversed a bit over WhatsApp in the last week or so. And he's telling me, I have this, when I met him today at the meeting, he said, I was not sure whether Sarthi is a gentleman or a lady, and I could sense the disappointment on his face. So hopefully he doesn't take it out on me with his R-counter report. But just to give you some background about Toastmaster Manish, this is his first time playing any role in our club, so let's give him a lot of encouragement. He's a project manager professional. He's from an mechanical engineering background, and he believes in karma, and there is no such thing as a free lunch. To succeed, you have to put in the hard work, and there's no other way to go about it. Without further ado, please give a warm round of applause to Toastmaster Manish.
And fellow Toastmaster, welcome guest. My duty as art counter is to listen carefully for verbal distractions such as you know, and so forth, and other filler word and sounds. I will also keep track of repeated words as the, I. Lastly, I also keep track of long pause when you are distracted. I will keep track of the number of these speaking errors in writing for each person that speak and give a report when I call the phone by end of the meeting. I can suggest actually strategy for how to avoid this filler word in speech following few simple steps. You can assess how often you are using this filler word. While trying, you can get, while training, you can get feedback. You can raise level of your preparation while preparing before coming here. You can slow down while speaking so that you don't repeat those things. You can embrace the pause. Instead of speaking, replace with silence so that you can avoid this. Monitor your progress and be patient. As Toastmaster, you will definitely succeed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Manish, for those valuable tips as well. Last but not the least, we have the grammarian role. The grammarian will also introduce the word. And playing this role today is Toastmaster Arjun, who's studying his third year in an IIT Madras. He's doing a course called Engineering Design. How many of you have heard of this course in India before? Okay. So apart from the youngsters, this is a fairly new course, I think the only one in India. So kudos to that, Arjun, and we wish you all the best. Arjun is in a conundrum. Most of us would have faced this point where in college we want to make the most of life, take every experience and make the most of the college experience. And Arjun is in a dilemma whether to do that, or on the other side of the fence, he's also wanting to sleep and eat all the time. But I'm sure he'll make the right choices. Joining Toastmasters is definitely one of them. And his thoughts on the theme make them think. He believes that this empathizes or emulates so much with Toastmasters, and this is what Toastmasters is all about, because the feedback that we have at each session is geared for the participants, and unless we can't force feed anything, it's on the participants' onus to think about it and take on and make some corrective action. Without elaborating further, I'd like to ask Arjun to introduce his role. Please give him a warm round of applause.
I will be playing the role of grammarian today, and as a grammarian it is my duty to take